Yo, what's up, everybody? And you're tuned in to the first episode of the Wave Pod. This is the first episode. I'm so excited here. I have a few guest members, so if they want to introduce themselves, they can.
I guess I'll go first. My name is Victoria Coates, or you can call me Tori. I'm a friend of Mike's. I'm very excited to be here.
It's
I can
nice
go
having
next.
you.
My name's Elise Taylor. I'm also a friend of Mike's. Glad to be here.
Hi, my name's Ethan Rogers, or you can just call me Ethan. Some people call me the full name. It's all right. But nice to be here, Mike.
My name's Tosin Ogunjobi. Thanks for inviting me, Mike. I go to Purdue here. I'm a junior and happy to be here.
And last but not least, I'm your host, Mike, aka Wavy, and this is the Wave Pod. So, how's everyone been? We all go to Purdue, by the way, and this was our first week back. So, how's everybody feeling? How was everybody's first week?
It was a little stressful because some professors kind of weren't on top of it with posting syllabuses, getting used to Brightspace. So some of my classes didn't start till a day later. But all in all, it was good. Got a great plan and organization together. So
I feel like it was easy, but I feel like I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there's an assignment that I haven't done.
I know. I had that same feeling, actually. Like, I only had one homework assignment. I'm like, and everybody else was talking to me. They're like, yeah, I got all this to do. I got quizzes already. I'm like,
Like every time someone tells me that, I'm just constantly checking my dates on my week by week. I'm like, do I have something to do? I feel that's the only thing that I have a problem with right now. It's just like my paranoia that I have something to do because I'm not in front of teacher spaces. So it's just all the posting, and they keep posting new things. So I'm just like, gosh.
Yeah, I definitely feel that, bro. And I feel like going to class this year is kind of overrated with everything being virtual. I mean, I definitely went to my classes, but I don't think I'll be going to a lot of them in person.
I agree with you. I feel like I did not really go to many of my classes just because participation is literally not a section of the syllabus or your final grade. So also, I don't like walking through crowds. I don't know why. So I totally just watched the recorded lectures. I feel like that's fine though. But yeah, I don't like walking outside with a mask. I get very like sweaty. So it's nice to stay home.
Like I get very hot and like overheated with the mask, and it's hard for me to breathe. And so I don't want to not have my mask on. So yeah.
Wait, can I just say something I've been thinking about recently?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. So recently I've been thinking about the notion that you could like kind of like catfish someone with the fact you're wearing a mask. Or do you ever think about what if you're like at a coffee shop in the library? Yeah, and then you make eye contact with somebody. And then I don't know, I feel like I'd be nervous for them to see me without my mask. It feels weird.
Okay, quick question. Okay, look at my face now. Do I look different with the mask on? Do I?
Yeah.
No,
I still see Toast, to be honest.
If I didn't know you, if I didn't know you, then I'd be, I don't know.
Wait, isn't that better though? Because like, shouldn't it be more based off like the connection you have with the person than how they look? So,
I agree, Ethan. I so agree with that. But I feel like, unfortunately, looks still play a part. I feel
like hair, like my hair, I feel like I'm always worried about my hair now. And before I really didn't have to because it wasn't like the only thing. But now I'm constantly like, I need to brush my hair. But
honestly,
have you gotten a haircut?
I've gotten a haircut. I don't know if you guys can see through the camera, but I have waves right now. I don't know if I mean, if you saw me in person, you would see them. But, you know, over camera is kind of different. I always got the brush on me.
You know, I kind of like the mask. It had my beard sometimes, so I'm like...
Beard's cool.
But other than that, the mask...
Cat?
Oh, you got a cat?
Oh, yeah.
You have a cat, Tori? Interesting. Personally, I'm a dog person.
What's your cat's name?
Yeah, I have a cat. Do I seem like a cat person? Do I seem like a cat lady?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
would see you more with like a golden retriever, you know?
really?
I see it. Nice.
Oh no, I don't like cats. I like dogs.
There's always, it's okay. I've learned the more people I've told about cats, there's always one person who like hates cats.
Wait, how many do you have? 2?
Fine.
Well, I have like
Yeah, I just
childhood trauma.
seen. Did I just see 2 cats?
Yeah, I have 2 cats.
What are their names?
At least they play together.
I did not know Tori was a cat lady.
You know, I had a childhood
No,
trauma.
she's not a cat lady. She just likes
Bad
cats.
connotation with cat ladies. I think they're fine. This is Nala. She's
Oh, I
so
like the
cute.
orange one. That one's cute.
Yeah, they're chill. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a cat lady. I think it's freaking fine. I think it's fine.
I know. I just had a lot of childhood trauma with cats when I was a kid, so I
Oh
can't.
wow, Ethan, what happened?
So my grandma was getting her hair done, and we went over to like this lady's house, and my grandma told me to sit on the couch, so that's what I did. And they're just like this big, really fat cat, and like it just kept circling my couch, just like in a sense like growling at me or like hissing at me, and like ever since then it was just like the scariest thing. And I just feel like cats just had their own mind. Just that one cat ruined it all. So I
Yeah, cats kind of creep me out because like they'll be anywhere. It could be up like the highest thing you have in your house, and somehow they climb up there.
they are very
That
And they
is
nimble.
be
scary.
chilling.
They just like come down and jump on you, attack you. Like,
I'm so sorry that one cat scarred you. There's some crazy cats out there, so I totally.
They're very flexible too. Yeah. So one of the topics that I actually want to talk about today, which it kind of falls into relationships and stuff like that, it would be
houses.
Justin's ready.
it's the special
All
S
right.
word. It's the special S word.
What? Space?
No.
No. Sloppy?
No. It rhymes with temp and pimp.
Simp.
Simp.
Pimp.
Oh.
Yep.
Something
Yep. I want to
else.
get into the topic of simping and just talk about certain.
All right, let's talk about it.
I would love to talk about that as well.
So for
Okay,
the
why don't
people,
you start by defining it?
yeah, that's what I was about to do. For the people out there who don't know what simping is, do somebody want to explain it, or I could look it up.
Well, I mean, there is a Urban Dictionary version. Are we allowed to say bad words on here?
I mean, yeah, you can. I don't really
So
mind.
if you look up is who
I can pull it
whoever
up.
doesn't know. This is
I'm
whoever
about to
doesn't.
pull it up on my
You
screen
can
real
share the
quick.
screen too. This is the definition that I've heard.
So,
It is suckers idolizing mediocre pussy is what I've seen it as.
Are you kidding?
I'm so serious.
let me see. Simp Urban.
I have no words.
Okay, first of all, who defines whether or not that girl is mediocre? Like the people from afar? Because it's usually other people calling one person a simp when they don't even have you into the relationship. So how would they even know that that girl is mediocre?
Okay,
I agree with that definition of simp. It's like for me, it's
someone
simp, like,
who does way too much for a person they like.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I mean,
I would say like a person who does too much for someone that doesn't deserve it, or is.
Yeah, so that's
I
the
like
definition.
that definition.
Like, when you get called a simp, it's like when you're doing all this and the girl doesn't like you, or the girl is like with somebody else, but you're trying you're like trying to buy her all
Finesse
these
your
gifts.
way in, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and it
Like-
just looks like you
like you can tell
can't-
exactly. Like she only hits you up when she wants a certain thing. So she'd be
Okay,
like,
I guess-
"Oh."
But sometimes Ethan does. I'll hit him up and he will take my trash out. So.
But that's the thing. That was the question I had when I was
Like
thinking.
it does
Can
get
you
gray area because I feel like if you do care about someone, they will help you with things.
But if you're in a relationship, is it simping? Like,
I don't think so.
No, being a nice
I think if you're in a
person is
relationship,
not being
no.
a simp.
Can-
I think it's.
Oh my
I think if you're in a
gosh,
relationship,
like,
no.
People, even if you're not, I feel like a guy will open the door for a girl and be called a simp. Having manners is not simping.
Really?
I don't think that's simping.
I don't think
No,
that-
that's not.
generosity.
I mean, some people
Well,
take
I've
it to.
heard people.
I feel like some people take
ahead,
it to
sorry.
extreme. Oh, I'm sorry, Tori. I feel like some people take it to extreme and like just joke around because that's with any type of word. Like people take it to extreme
Yeah.
always in this, and they like use it as a word. Like I guess like.
Hey, you a simp.
Like,
Yeah.
you a simp for holding the door
Okay.
open for her.
I have a question for the ladies. So, Elis, I think you're in a relationship, right, with Ethan, right?
Confirmed.
Okay, nice. So let's say you and Ethan weren't dating, and Ethan was doing a lot of polite things for you, trying to get to date you, like paying for all the meals, opening doors, I guess like driving hours to see you or whatever. Would you consider him a simp, or would you just consider him a person who's interested in you?
A person who's interested in me, but I would
When,
not.
okay, when does it cross the simp line? Is it if you're not interested in him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think like simp.
Wait.
Oh
I
yeah,
would
you
say-
believe you can go.
Wait, I would say that a lot of girls cross the line, and even though they're not interested, they let guys do a lot of things for them because they want the things and not the guy. They're more interested in the material value of a guy than the emotional and connection that they have with someone.
Exactly, and there's literally girls that'll go out on dates with dudes just for free food, and they openly admit to it.
Agreed.
Also, people simp for like their favorite internet celebrity, like, and preferably girls and whatnot, and they pay for certain things and they'll donate to certain things for a person that don't even know their mere existence besides a username. So personally, some people would consider it as supporting your favorite content creator, whether what they do is gaming or whatever. But is that simping, you feel? Like, what crosses the line between supporting a content creator and simping?
Well, I think the only way you're talking about simping really is like when it comes to like I've heard a person's like buying like people's merch who is not like doing something great, but like posting pics of themselves. I feel like if you're buying stuff from like that, I think that's kind of like I don't. It's not. It's hard to call someone a simp because like I feel like it's just like weird. Like when you're buying pics, when you're just buying stuff because of their pics, like stuff like that.
Like when I buy Kylie, like if I buy a palette from Kylie Jenner, I feel like a simp because I really don't like Kylie Jenner, but I just like her products. But I really don't like her. In a sense, like how can I like something that she applies to skin that has been altered? Like, shouldn't I be going for more products that are like natural products that actually enhance and not like, I don't know. Like I just feel weird buying products. For example, I think about buying like Skims, right? But I'm like, will this look the same on me? Does that make me a simp? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think simping has more to do with your intention.
Yeah.
If someone was buying
it's more
merch
about
and
intention.
posting pictures so they could get the celebrity's attention, then I think that could be simping. But I think if you like the palette, if you like how it looks on you, I don't think that's simping. I don't think it's weird if you like a celebrity's merch because you support their content and you just like it because I don't think that's simping.
Yeah, and I think simping goes as far as that person could do nothing wrong in your eye. So they could literally throw dirt at you. They could say all these mean things to you, and you still see them as this person, and you still would do anything for them. Now that's simping to me.
You are absolutely right, Mike.
Do you have anyone in mind when you guys are thinking about the word simp or simp?
I mean, personally, I don't think there's no.
Are you?
Personally, like I would never simp because I wouldn't simp, but I'll simp in a relationship. Put it like that. So, I think that's a gray area. I feel simping in a relationship because like when you're
if you're pursuing a.
Like, it's obvious that I like you and I want to, like, keep telling you that. You know what I mean?
To me, I feel like I've never associated the definition or even connotation, meaning, like, my idea of simp with how the other person feels about you. I think I've more seen it, like, how a guy or girl treats another person. I've never known it to be, like, because it's simping when you treat them really nice, but they don't like you. Like, I feel like I thought it was simping either way.
I feel like it's a simp is the new generation of like a good guy in like this generation. Is like nice guy.
I think it's fine to be a nice guy. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a nice person.
I have a friend that has oh my god.
I give you this scenario, then you could go back, Ethan, because I think I want to hear what you had to say. But it's like you have options here. So say for instance, you and your friends are a part of a basketball team, right? And y'all have a big game at 8:00. However, the girl that you're pursuing has something for you at the same time, and you choose her over the big basketball game.
Wait. What is a something?
Let's define this something. So the something could be she just need help on her homework or something like that. Matter of fact, I put it like this: help on homework that's not due till tomorrow. So, but you choose the girl over the big game, the big championship game with all your friends.
That's not simping. That's just stupid. That's different.
But isn't wait. But maybe the boy would rather help her than go to the game. Maybe it's not a matter of he's like a simp, but he just doesn't really mess with his friends like that.
But what if your friends were more on you know?
Huh?
What if your friends relied on you for that game?
Oh, then that's a simp.
You had to play. Like
that's a simp. Yeah, that's a simp.
Yeah.
I think I feel like I just don't have a consistent enough definition or idea of the word simp. I don't know why.
It's a big gray area for simping. Like, I feel like
I think that is stupid to do, but
honestly, if you're buying something for somebody that like, I say if you're buying for somebody something that you don't like, you haven't went on a date with yet or haven't done anything with, I kind of consider that like, it's kind of like, it's that you tipping simping, but it's like, I understand.
I mean, like, I just feel like,
because that's
why do you have to buy things?
That's one of the reasons, like, this is from true experience. Like, back in my little middle school and high school days, you know, I would say I was simping on Valentine's Day. I was simping. I would buy people stuff.
Why?
I've never been on, I never went on a date. I would just ask. I'd be like, hey, you want to be my Valentine? But I was hoping for something because I had that crush on them. And
I feel like
okay, I have a question for the
so
go ahead, Tori. Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna ask a question after you.
Hey, Tosin. Can I ask the
question?
My
bad.
Sorry, go ahead. Thank you, Tosin.
Can go.
Oh wait, is it me? Oh, I thought it was Tori than me. Then
no. You go ahead.
How you asked to go and then you up?
Oh, my bad. Okay, so I just think like for me, a simp is like doing something that you know that you can't get, you can't get her, she doesn't like you, or vice versa, but you keep doing it. Like if you're doing things that, if you're trying to go over the top, like I'm like, you take her out on a date and everything, but she's messing with like other guys, he's messing with other guys, but you're still trying to do all this stuff like buy her rent, and she like doesn't like you, and you're doing all this stuff. I feel that's what a simp is.
Okay. So Tori, I had a question for you. So let's say a guy is like trying to get to know you, right? When do you feel like it's the right time for him to start buying you stuff or, paying for dates? Do you feel like you should go half and half? Do you feel like you should
that was what I was going to talk about next.
Yeah.
Talk about 50-50. That was my next.
So like when so what do you prefer in a guy, and what do you categorize as if he's going overboard in, trying to get
I would say I feel like I function with a pretty old-fashioned mentality, which I don't know if I'm proud to say, but I feel like it feels weird if like we go on a first date, he asks me on the date, and then we split the check. I feel like that'd feel weird, but I mean, if I asked him on a date, then yeah, I would pay for the date, because it'd be weird if I asked him.
In my opinion, like, this is from my mom. Like, my mom says, like, it's weird if you're expecting the other person to pay for you all and like sport, like, so like I always like when I took Lisa out for the first date, of course I paid for it, but she was just like, "Do you want to split it?" And I said no, but I mean, there's always that thing that like, no, she didn't like. I'm like, I wanted to pay for it, but she knew she wanted to like split it. So that's how you know. Like I feel like that's perfect. Like knowing the person, and like of course she wanted to take me out so like she can like pay me back. I feel like that's kind of like that's nice. But like if you're just paying for the meals and she's expecting you to pay for it, I feel like that's a little weird. Little weird.
Like with me and Ethan, for example, we don't go to many. Like if we're gonna eat out, like we either just like one person buys it like on Wednesday, for example, and then let's say we don't eat out again until Thursday or Friday. Then the next person will just like automatically be like, oh, I'll go pick it up. Like It's not really a conversation. Yeah. It's more of an understanding.
Yeah, because I feel like no one in a relationship should be spoiled. And that's just like you should always try to do nice things for each other. And if you're expecting one person to do something,
honestly, now like this is a little tip. Watch. So if you guys are talking about who's gonna pay the bill, and then like it's a back and forth battle. See, look, this is how you tie it around. You be, well, I get it this time, but next time you get it, or next time we'll get ice cream or something like that. Or I'll be like, we'll get ice cream and you just get that. Or you could be all like, I'll pay the bill, you get the tip, or something like that. So that way you kind of secure that second date, because she's gonna be like, yeah, and then you secure that second date and you get to meet him again.
Well,
I wouldn't want to go out with a girl in the first place again if she's like saying you're paying for me, right? You're doing all like
obviously don't be impolite. Don't be like you're paying for me. No, like
no.
Yeah, like I mean,
that's rude. That is rude.
But if you're coming into the date thinking if you invite somebody out and you're coming into the date thinking, ooh, I'm not paying for her, or I hope we split it, then that's kind of weird.
I know.
If I have somebody out, that means I'm gonna pay for you.
I honestly
I agree with that.
I mean, I guess I'm with Tori's thing. Like, I honestly feel like if you're in a financial situation where you can pay for the whole thing, then why don't you? You know what I mean? Like, if you're the guy, I feel like it just like establishes a tone that you can be a provider, you know, and then that you're, you know, I guess, what's the word? Financially stable enough to be in the relationship. I'm not saying financials are everything in a relationship, but I'm saying like it's a good thing to know that.
No, like I know what you mean. Like,
well, that's like friend. In a sense, that's almost like if you like. This is the two things for me. Like, if I invite you out, like I know I'm gonna be able to pay for the whole meal.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna invite somebody out and not, like.
But I'm gonna be quiet about it. I'm gonna be quiet about it till the bill come up, because I just want to see what you do.
No, because
it's kind of like a test.
Okay, so I went out with one of my friends. Her name is Simone, and
she. What?
No. We went out for dinner and drinks, and the bill was about to come, and she was like, no, I'm paying. And then it wasn't like, I was like, no, like let me. And then she was like, no, like I invited you here. So, and it was a mute point because she really wanted to take me out. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just trying to get food and I need somebody to go with. I really want to take you out and like say how much I appreciate you. And then I was like, okay, well at least let me cover the tip. And so then I, put the tip. So it was like.
I think the only time you expose as a simp is like when the other person comes out saying, "Oh, I was just using this person," and you do all wrong. I feel like that's when, like, damn, that's when you think to yourself, like, gosh, I really just got played for doing this.
Honestly, I've learned if she's willing to pay for you, I know she cares. Like, she kind of cares about you, because she's not using you or anything for certain reasons, you know.
That's an awful thing to think about.
It's just one of them things, you know. It's like one of those things. Okay, like if she's offering and willing to pay, like okay, she like she's dependable just in case you needed something. But B, you know, she actually cares about you. And like me personally, I'd never go on a date if I ain't had money to cover both people. Like that's just not me.
Yeah, but that's how sad.
You're willing if she's like, oh, I'll pay, then I know, but I'll just end up saying, hey, I'll cover it, or I'll try to compromise or whatnot.
Yeah, because that's how sad we like society we live in like now. Because you see a lot of, girls, but guys do too. But like they'll come out saying, "Oh, I played him."
There are predators out there.
We know, you. Mike Toasted, like we know a lot of girls who said that, like, oh, you just use them. So like, it's a sense of like nice guys. It's like starting to like be pushed in the back a lot and like changing because like there's so many girls who are straight up. There's there's so many girls that straight up like just using guys, and then they talk about it, laugh about it with their friends.
Where are you guys meeting these girls? I've never come across
You are
girls.
absolutely right,
I know,
Ethan.
Tori.
You are
but
absolutely
where
right,
are
Ethan.
you meeting
Where are
these
you
girls?
picking these women up? Like what?
Yeah, Ethan, where are you meeting these girls?
Hey, they out.
He's not lying. He's not lying at all.
He's not lying. They're
he's being honest.
calling, but
I mean, I
I
promise.
try my
I
best.
believe
Then
that.
then they'll go in the group chat, and then the friends will try to get with them, and it's just a cycle.
Yeah, then the friends like, oof, I can take advantage of this guy, and just it's like a downhill effect, and the guy's just like, well, then why do I have to stay being nice? So it's like it's that sadness, I have a friend who's just like the kindest person in the world and who gives so much, but then it's just like the girl just tries to take advantage, and it pains me because it pains me because I know he doesn't in a sense you can start seeing like she doesn't even deserve him, but he likes her so much to the point, and just I pray for him.
Standards? What standards do these guys have that they consistently end up hanging out with these girls?
I just sometimes it's just.
Sometimes some people just look at looks and then they'll ignore personality. There'll be a look first, ignore personality second.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm the opposite. I like to fill a person out before anything.
So what's my opinion, Ethan?
Yes, like what do you like? Why do you think some guys keep getting attracted to these girls who are no good for them?
I feel like it's probably the way they were raised, but maybe they come from single mother households, so they're used to treating ladies with higher respect than they're used to being treated, right? So when the girl gets that feeling for the first time, they want to take advantage of it. I'm not saying this is every girl, but I'm saying like some may want to take advantage of the kindness that's been given to them.
Exactly, because
the guy doesn't know that he's being taken advantage because he's just used to doing it. And maybe I don't know how to really describe it. It's just like there needs to be like a fine line where you establish what is on and what's not.
Like I feel like being how you're raised is like very important, because like although I like a lot of different things, like I do like a lot of different things, but I would never expect that from anyone else. Like my parents raised me like, if you really want something that badly, like you work for it and you get it yourself. So like when it comes to like gifts and stuff, Ethan will try to get me stuff, and I'm like, no, like save your money on what you want to buy it on. Like I can do this on my own, even though he still does it. Like I feel like a lot of girls don't have that initiative to kind of do and get what they want. They expect it from other people.
That boss mentality?
Yeah, so they say they have this boss mentality, they're dripped in designer, but really it's coming from other people.
And like this, and I have this thing too, Tori. You're saying that why do you guys like keep going for these girls? Sometimes, in a sense, because like the guys who like I know a lot of guys like who are like really good people and like who actually really want to do a lot, but then it's just like sometimes. It's not even like this is a society we live in, but they're not the most like good looking people for in other people's standards. And you like it's just crazy because like you know they're a perfect fit, but the girl in a sense won't go down because he's not up to her level and like
up to her friends. I think friends play a big factor to that too.
Yeah, and
up to her friends' standards as well.
And sometimes it gets to a point where guys guys gonna have to like try to do anything because girls just want a guy that can it's like a 10 out of 10 or like stuff like that, or it's this famous person, and other guys that are like really nice just get like left in the dust, and they have to do anything they can to at least.
I think so. Also, I think social media has a lot to do with it as well, because you go on Twitter and stuff, they see these people that's just famous for taking pictures, and they're dating this rapper, that rapper, and all this, and their rappers buying them stuff too, and they like, hey, I gotta go get some of that stuff too. So they'll take advantage of a person and not even like them just for those certain type of things.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Which gender would you say is more influenced by appearance?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
I'm gonna say male.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with male.
Say male. Yeah.
I got a couple reasons why though.
Yeah,
I feel like males of art. I feel like it's mostly. I feel like I don't know. It's because I feel like there's a lot of trends that a lot of females follow, but then it's like also a trend like a lot of males follow. So it's
like somebody will buy a Hellcat and buy a Charger, and like it's a Charger. So the Hellcat is the most expensive one.
Okay.
You could buy a base Charger for like 30,000, but the Hellcat's like 90.
Yeah,
so,
I feel like. No, Mike, I feel like you're right, Mike, because I feel like a lot of guys buy things because
and
they
then
see a lot of girls liking that. So then a guy's like, oh, I have to get that too for a girl.
But you're kind of impressing another dude because, like, more than likely the other dude gonna be all like, "Hey, you got a Hellcat." Like, I don't see too many women like, "Hey, he got a Hellcat." Of course, it's women that is in the car, so will know it's a Hellcat. But at the same time, you're like most of the time,
when we were talking about men or women who like to use men, how do you think it also happens that men like to use women, or which one?
Of course, yeah. I see it. I mean, I see it all the time, and I just feel like sometimes it's about like
it's not like money,
but in a sense, it's like males keep it to themselves, but I feel like a lot of females openly do it and they laugh about it. Because you don't see a lot of guys.
Really? That's
Poster Mike, is that not true?
I mean,
look at Meg the Stallion.
I think it gets exposed
that is a good
women,
example.
but I think males brag about it, but they brag about it to their like other homies. They don't go
girls
on social media.
I think males do brag about it.
Yeah, but I feel like girls like openly post about it and like, but it's just like.
I would say, and I feel like I'm speaking to generally some girls. I think some girls openly say it because of the crowd that they hang around, where I feel like some men kind of just, I don't know, more locker room talk, I guess.
That's the point I was trying to make. It's more locker room. It's more sacred, almost.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think locker room talk is like necessary to being a man?
Not necessarily, but like when you hear
it's just
when you hear other people do it, like, why wouldn't I want to do it? You know, I mean, I'm not saying,
and that exactly goes back to what I was just talking about, the impress type of thing. Like, you see somebody else got the Hellcat, you want to get the Hellcat. So it seems like other men try to impress other men sometimes.
What does locker room talk usually entail?
I think
it's just like entails like it's really a guy's like in a sense
therapy
like what
session?
He's like, huh?
Like a therapy session almost.
Yeah, it's literally a guy's therapy session, like to get stuff out sometimes, or just sometimes like just like, bro, have you seen this? And it's just like something. It's like it's like you get like, what would they do if they were in your situation, or like this is happening to them, like what would they do?
So it's like cathartic. It's like you're just talking with your friends, basically. It's not always disrespectful to women, and it's not always.
Oh, never. Sometimes it's
never.
Well,
I mean, it's never really like it's just sometimes it's just like a person like true feelings. Like, I mean.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, I misunderstood then. But
I have a quick question though for Evilise and Tori. So, would you guys say money can change appearance? Because like I know Jay-Z had this line where he's like, "You can't name an ugly millionaire." So like, let's say
Jay-Z's definitely ugly. So I'm sorry.
I see, but like, okay, let's say there's a attractive guy, right? And you know, you're always paying for the dates, you're always paying for the gifts. He doesn't really provide for you anyway, but then there's this non-attractive guy who's, you know, willing to pay for everything and get you gifts and just financially support you. Who would you prefer? And both have the same personality too. One is just, you know, less financially stable than the other.
Wait,
no, this is for the girls. This is for the girls. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What if like if the guy that doesn't have enough money is lower than you too? He's not like on the same level you are, like financially. Like he's actually financially below you. You feel
you literally have the same relationship with both of them. It's just one is more attractive than the other, and one is more well off than the other.
Yes, the less attractive one has more money.
And then, is this like for a relationship? Is this is this for like a long?
Yeah, for
Okay.
relationship that moves into long term, I guess you could say.
Okay, this is not my personal answer, but I feel like the older I get, I'm gonna sound really awful. I'm not even saying this is me. I'm just saying this is like, I know this is some people, but I feel like you don't just consider like attraction and chemistry and compatibility sometimes when you're thinking about a future with someone. And if you're like me and I feel like I don't want to date unless I'm dating with the intention that it's serious, then I'm not saying this is my standards, but maybe like someone in the future, they know that, oh, I will also contribute, but maybe one realistic thing I'd like for my future is to be financially stable or something. And then, then you start building up this list of things that you'd like in your life. And then I don't think in the end, it's not always about like money and how many Louis Vuitton bags he can buy you, but it's also about the lifestyle you'd like to build. But for me personally, I don't know if I have an answer. I feel like I don't know if money would have that big of, and if, I don't know, I feel like I don't know. I don't think money matters that much.
Well, what do you think? Do you care if someone is, do you care about how successful a person is? Like, if you're having a lot of success, would you want someone who's on your level or better? Or you don't care about that?
I just want someone who's passionate and ambitious. And if they're successful in a way that they truly believe they are, maybe if they consider success in terms of like having social influence and building relationships, then maybe they're like an activist and they're really active in improving their community. I think that's awesome. I think as long as you're passionate about something to the point where you do accomplish things, I think that's good, but they don't have to be successful in terms of money.
And like my opinion would be, for the person that is not financially stable but they're attractive, like I would identify why they're not financially stable. Like, what is it because they don't have goals? Is it because they haven't gone to college? Is it because they don't have a path on where they want to go? Then I would be like, that's a no for me, because I'm an overly ambitious person and an overachiever. So if you're not on that sense, if you're not on my level, then I really can't be with you, because I do need someone that has drive. It doesn't have to be the same drive as me, and we don't have to be going to the same destination career success-wise, but at the end of the day, we have to be driving in the same car. So we might be able to, I'm trying to figure out how do I say this, like we might be on different paths, but I still need to be successful with someone who's successful, because finance, like money is everything. And not in the sense that I need, like Tori said, I need this Louis Vuitton bag, but I do want to have wealth, and that's the only way your future families and future children will prosper.
I mean, to me personally, it comes to, I just want a person who is just, we're constantly still driving each other to do better. Like, so, cause sometimes, like,
Even
Cut off. But
that's,
I was gonna. Did he cut off?
yeah, I think so. But like,
Okay.
I was gonna come back to what you were saying. Money is like, I feel is confident. Like you can come off as confident with money,
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
money, like
definitely.
It's that sense of security. Wait, let me admit him back in. Money is like that sense of security almost. So
yeah.
Hey, all the computer. Sorry.
I was gonna ask Evilise and Tori a question. So I know Evilise, you're with Ethan, and Tori. So I think you're single, right?
Yes.
Let me see.
Okay. Well, how would you describe your perfect guy? Because I know you said you like to date. You like to date for long-term, marriage. How would you describe your perfect guy, like right now as a junior in college?
I don't know. That's a hard question.
Everything you want in one. What is he?
I feel like finding someone is also like a lot about how, when someone asks me what I want for my birthday, I never know what I want until someone gives me a gift, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wow.
That's a mood.
But obviously I have standards. I think standards are different than preferences, which would be what I want, but standards, they have to be kind. I think I would like them to be funny. and I'd like them to have a heart that wants to serve others. And I'm not saying like they'd be a simp, I guess, to go back, but I would like to be nice to them too and help them. But yes, also I'd like them to be passionate and a respectful person. Hopefully also, I think I said funny, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know unless I come across them. I feel like I've thought about it so much, I have no idea what it'll actually be like when I come across the next person I date. So.
All right. So I got discussions because this is going to be the title of the first podcast. So we talked about simping. Let's just give some tips on how to not be a simp. So let's talk about that one.
Well, just know the person you're getting into with. It's like, because I mean, with me sometimes, with me, I personally ask a lot of questions. Like actually who you are as a person. So I actually get to know like who I'm dealing with. Because sometimes, like, you know, when you talk to a person about their past, a lot of red flags pop up, and you're like, well, that's not for me. So sometimes you just have to like get the deeper meaning, because a lot of people can put up a fake front. Mm-hmm. So like that's also a good thing. So I just ask a lot of questions to actually get to know the person before like I actually start trying to like do all these things. Cause I feel like you have to get to know the person. And I feel like if you blindly do something, then you're setting yourself up for being, I guess in our society, called being a simp. Because you're setting yourself up.
Yeah, I actually got a couple rules. So I say, for one, if she asks for money too early into knowing you, and avoid it. That's step one. Two, if she's not reciprocating the energy, but yet you're still feeding off into it, avoid it. And if y'all want, y'all could chime in for a couple others.
I would say I don't really know if I still completely understand the definition of simp, because I feel like everyone has a different idea, but because of that, I would just say follow.
Can I give you a definition? Okay, so let's just say there's a guy, right? His name is Aaron, and Aaron has a crush on you, and you know it, right? But you don't really feel the same way about him. And Aaron is, constantly sending you Snapchats. He's, saying, hey, you trying to go do this? You're like, no. But then, the next day he brings you coffee because he tweeted something yesterday saying, hey, I want some coffee right now. I wish I had this. And he's just doing these polite things for you. And like every time he sees you, he just treats you differently than every other girl. And even though you don't like him, he still is like trying to, finesse his way into your life somehow.
And you keep leading on.
Yeah.
Okay, two things. One, I don't like the word finesse. And if you're using things to get into a girl's life, that's not good on that person's part. Two, why is it always on the girl to shut the guy down when the guy can also read the signs and leave her alone if she's clearly not interested in that way?
Facts.
So do you guys not like persistence?
Like, what's wrong with, like, what is up with signs? Why can't you be blunt? I don't know. I'm a very
No.
I tell people.
If I'm blunt, then I come off as the bad guy. If I'm blunt and up front, because I've done this multiple times to people, and I'll be like up front, and they're like, why are you being so mean? I'm like, I'm not being mean. I'm giving you my honest, blatant opinion.
I mean,
I literally tell a person, I'm like, if I want you to leave me alone, I'll be like, leave me alone. Like, leave. Don't say one thing and then like you doing another, and then like it doesn't work like that. Like,
I think that women don't have to operate with the thought of every single thing has another intention. To equate that to something else, that's like almost like saying, like, if a girl is wearing a cropped revealing top, then she's basically like, if she didn't like ask you, don't leave me alone, then it's okay to like do all this. It's not the same thing. Obviously, if you like are really kind to a girl and like buy her coffee, that's like one thing, but you can't, I feel like you have to like read the room and try to understand what the person.
I could put a scenario together. Like,
I tell Lisa that though. I'm like, I'd rather you be blunt with me than you in a sense play mind, like just play like mind games and try like.
I
Yeah,
agree.
like-
I agree. I think you should be blunt, but it is not completely on the girl to like let the guy know
But-
every single thing, because they also have emotional intelligence, and with that, they should be able to tell the older they get whether or not a girl is interested in them. Like, you can't 100% blame the girl, because not
But
every
I'm
girl
saying-
is acting with malicious
See,
intent.
so say for instance, like if that person, like you talk to that person, oh damn, I turned on my thing. But so say for instance you talk to that person, right? And then y'all talk, y'all go back and forth with conversation, everything is good, they stop talking to you, then all of a sudden they come back and talking to you, and then all of a sudden it's like a disconnect, you know?
Yeah, they're playing mind games with
That's
the
what
other
I'm
two.
saying.
Well,
It's
okay,
mind
no,
games.
I
Why
agree.
can't you
That
be
I
blunt with a
agree. That
person
is
and just
called,
say
that's
like,
called
leave me alone?
breadcrumbing. That's called breadcrumbing. That's when you like leave something in someone's mind, and then you just basically put something in someone's mind so you're relevant until it's convenient for you. I think that's bad. But
Yeah,
just
like you
because someone's being a
constantly
kind
keep,
person doesn't mean they're obligated to like you back.
and
Just
they
because
don't
someone-
say anything to
but
you.
Tori-
Like,
Back.
yeah.
But Tori, but that's the whole thing though. You come into everything with a general thing, because everyone's different. So of course you're gonna come with this mindset. Well, like I know one friend who's been played so much, but then if like you don't know who the person really is, because some girls are very blunt and some girls just leave breadcrumbs. So you don't know, and like you don't know until they actually tell you.
That's a great point. So that is why you should also take it upon yourself to, I agree, people should be blunt, but to at least exercise some kind of conscious effort to, is this girl
Like,
interested in me?
yeah.
Should I back off? Like,
I also
it's
think
both
guys-
parties. It's both.
Sometimes we just don't
Yeah.
know. Like we
I think
really just
Sometimes
don't
you
know.
just don't know because that person is breadcrumbing, so you just really don't know.
You
If
really
that
just
person be
don't
like,
know.
you know, I
Oh,
really,
but that's not
you can
every
come
girl.
off and be
That's
blunt and
not
be polite at
every
the same time.
girl.
I just personally think guys move too, like, they like,
That
I think guys move in too fast. Like, they see a girl and they automatically create this foolproof plan of how to get her instead of actually getting to know her. And so instead of thinking about how can I get this girl, think about how can I get to know this girl, I think is important. And then moving on from there, things will come naturally.
I mean, but then in a sense, it's like sometimes a girl will like come back. Like I know a couple of my friends said this. Sometimes a guy will like try to keep it cool for too long, and then the girl ends up like with another guy because she's like, "Oh, I didn't know you're that interested in me."
Yeah,
okay, actually,
that's happened to me a couple times.
So,
Yeah, that's happened to me.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Back to that original scenario of this guy being super nice to this girl and him buying her a lot of stuff. In that, is the guy explicitly saying that he likes the girl? Because if so, if not, then it's
Okay,
the exact same
same
thing.
thing.
It's the exact same thing.
Ooh.
It's that the girl is assuming, oh, you're saying the girl should be blunt and say that, oh, I know that you like me, but I don't like you. She's reading the signs, but in the same way, shouldn't the guy be reading the signs of how she's responding? Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Life
So you're
is fair.
asking her to be blunt, but you can't even be blunt yourself about how you're feeling.
You know,
You're expecting the girl to do the work.
here's the thing with that. Like, it's gonna come off really weird if I buy you coffee and so on, and then I'm like, hey, I like you. Do you like me? That isn't that kind of
I mean, after
weird.
a couple of dates, it
Wait,
should be like
sorry.
obvious.
I think that is kind of weird.
Yeah,
It's kind of like I can
Yeah, that's kind of like
Yeah,
after the
Well, I
first
feel
date, you like,
if-
hey, I like you.
if
No.
if you expect someone to say they don't like you, then I feel like it makes a lot of sense
Oh,
for
I'll
me
prefer-
to
I'll
expect
prefer to-
someone else to say that they like me.
I would prefer to say
I
you
think
don't
that's
like
only
me than
fair.
I say I don't. Well,
It's literally the exact
So
same
wait,
thing.
Tori. So on the first, so if a guy says I really like you and I think this will go, like I feel like we could go a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
And you don't think, would you say that to a guy if you really like the guy on the first date?
Okay, wait. So I think we have different scenarios going on because if they're on a date, I'd like to think that you've already established you have some interest. But if you're just buying them coffees and you say I like you instead of just making this
Ooh,
girl,
okay, I get what you're saying.
it's way different. I feel like
Yeah.
if you're on a date, obviously I feel like she understands, unless you're the type of guy who like asks them to this super vague thing and they have no idea whether or not it's a date, and then they tell all their guy friends that they went on a date with so and so. I hope you guys aren't those guys.
I mean, me personally. Me personally, I mean, I just think like it's hard because sometimes like I don't consider things dates sometimes. Sometimes I just like to take Lisa like out to like a nice place, or we go like to like walk to like freshman year we walked to McDonald's, like that was like, and then I guess a little date. Like it's hard to like do like dates because I think everything's a date, not something really expensive doesn't have to be a date.
No, I was gonna ask you guys earlier because I do feel like guys just feel a lot of pressure in general when it comes to establishing relationships, and I feel like that must be hard. And I don't know, because I know, it would be pretty nerve-wracking to tell someone you like them, and it probably seems like guys feel most of the weight when it comes to starting a relationship. So I know that's very hard. Yeah,
I started our relationship.
Wait, what'd you say, Felice?
I don't know what she said.
I started the relationship with him.
That's good.
Hey, she takes what she wants. She took
I think that's good. That's great. That's awesome.
But I mean,
it's whatever though, because sometimes people get too caught up in gender roles and then they end up like
everybody be at a standstill because like it's kind of up in the air, but nobody taking that step to just say, hey.
And it's just like the mind games. It's a lot because you can never just like oof. It's just hard sometimes, like not knowing a person's like intentions.
I guess so we can agree that both parties should be honest.
Yeah,
I think
everybody should be honest.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, but sometimes sometimes it's just like it gets to the point. Just like I understand what you're saying, Tori. Like sometimes like get the hints, but I mean it's just like that. You have to have that like that mix. Like sometimes because a guy can get hints. Like if you keep ignoring him, then obviously you don't like me. But I think Tosin was saying you're like she's still like you're getting her things and she's just like, oh my gosh, thank you. And she's like giving you signs that like maybe she likes you, like the hand on the shoulder.
Just can't tell.
Almost like pump faking. Like she's like, oh my God, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Or something like that.
No, it's crazy. Is that I've actually been through the same thing and I had to find out through somebody else that she wasn't feeling me. And like that just
was
hurts.
she aware that you were doing those things because you liked her? Because I know just as some guys can be oblivious, like some girls can also be oblivious.
I mean, like if I'm, going out of my way to, do these kind things, just out of the blue, just to make your day feel, more special, then I would assume that maybe you'd know that I was doing these things because I was, feeling her.
And that's it. That's the thing, Tosin. I feel like you always get caught with that. Like you always like try to make the other person feel so special, and you're always doing these like great things for people, and they're just like they don't ever reciprocate it back. And that's it. And I feel that. I feel for you, Tosin. I feel like you're like, because it's like Tosin's like the perfect definition of a nice guy, and he just keeps getting like just hurt by these.
Wow.
Girls. So like I feel for you.
It'd be the predators. I'm telling you.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, she sounded kind of. Yeah, I think people should take it upon themselves to establish emotional boundaries with people they're not interested in. I feel like people should be more aware of that. That sucked that happened.
I think when you have a person with the same interests as you, like that kind of helps for you to avoid like certain things as far as being sent, like avoiding a girl that's going to take advantage of you. Like if you guys had a similar interest, you guys connect on a mere level. So then when you guys both connect on that same level, it's kind of easier to judge that person's intentions and certain things of that nature. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
you kind of can read a person better when they have the same interests as you.
Yeah, that's hard because sometimes the person will go after somebody just off straight looks, and then it's hard to find that. It's
hard to connect. Like me personally, I can connect with somebody that's like not. Let me see. How can I put this in a nice way? Like you got to be kind of smart. Like I can't mess with an airhead,
No, I can't mess with a person like. My type is least, but like I just can't mess with a person who just plays it too cool, or like wants to
like
be too cool.
I want you to be
can't
aware
funny.
with what's going on in the world, you know?
Yeah, I like to joke. I like to joke around a lot, so I can't have a person who takes everything seriously.
Yeah,
Right.
and I
so.
like to talk about stuff. Like I like to talk about a little bit of anything and everything. So like, if you're not like familiar with what's going on around you, like we can't connect, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, so I think it's about time to wrap it up. You know, I think I appreciate everybody out there watching. What we have now, we have a podcast Instagram actually. So it's the.wavepod. That's WAVEPOD. And yeah, if you want to give some on the pod or say some or some suggestions, DM that Instagram or hit me up. Anybody else have anything else to say before we head out?
I mean, I'd just like to say, it was good talking to everybody. It's hard with COVID not being able to see everybody.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I saw you already, Toast. I saw you already, Mike. And, good talking to you, Tori. Lisa, do you have anything to say?
Thank you for having me, Mike. It was good to be a part of the conversation.
Yeah, and you guys are always welcome on the podcast. You guys are always welcome.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks
Thank
for
you, Mike.
having me. Yeah, and
I'd love to come back whenever.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I came off really aggressive.
Oh, of course you didn't.
Like
you were real. You kept it real.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
That was some great
Guys
conversation.
appreciate that.
You guys kept it real.
That's why I had you on the podcast. Like I specifically pick certain people for certain things, and that's the reason why. And I'm glad it was a great episode 1. So if you got anything you want to shout out, Tosin?
I have a mixtape coming soon, October 5th. Be on the lookout for that. Other than that, that's really it.
You got Bass God as a feature, right?
Yeah, Lil B, Zaman, my man L Dog, Aubrey. It's gonna be special.
All right. Well, like I said, DM me on that Instagram. That's the.wavepod. And yeah, you pay me a certain amount of money, I'll say anything you want on this podcast. So for those details, it should be out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and I'm gonna have the video dropping on YouTube. And you can see episodes every single Wednesday.
If I pay you $1.
If you pay me $1, what? Wait, what'd you say, Tori?
If I pay you $1, Mike, will you say you're a simp on here?
Yeah, for $1.
Oh, wow.
And
Sorry.
And yeah, so make sure you guys listen on all those podcasts. Make sure you rank us up, and I'll be dropping the links below in the description for the video to where you can find everything, and I'll be posting everything on my Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Wednesday for episode 2. Bye.